We are back with some breaking news coming in. The encounter continues between the terrorists and the forces. We're given to understand that 2 captains and 2 jawans have been martyred in this operation which is underway in Kalakote. So the terrorists and forces are locked in a gun battle and the encounter continues. According to the reports that are coming in, 2 captains and 2 jawans have been martyred in this encounter which is underway in Kalakote currently. We're also getting some ground reports on what has transpired so far. So that's the update coming in. The encounter continues and 2 captains and 2 jawans have been martyred in this battle against terrorism, in this fight against terrorism. The encounter is currently underway in Kalakote, in Rajouri, and we are of course tracking all the developments related to this breaking input. The encounter continues. Reinforcements, of course, have been called in. We have Pradeep Datta joining us with more details. Pradeep, we're given to understand that the encounter continues and unfortunately 2 captains and 2 jawans have been martyred in this.
Yes, very unfortunate and tragic incident. Operation started 2 days back. It was only yesterday morning that contact with the terrorists was established while they were trying to encircle that forest belt Riyat in Kalakote area of Rajouri. And that was the time when terrorists opened fire on them in retaliatory action. They also tried to pin down terrorists, but unfortunately 1 captain and 1 soldier who was leading that column, they came under the heavy barrage of fire from the terrorist side. They lost their life. And 3 hours later, another captain and another jawan lost their life. And since then, the operation is continuing.
Even after several hours, firefight between terrorists and security forces in Riyat Forest Belt and Kalakote area of Rajouri is continuing. Encounter started on Wednesday morning when, following specific information about presence of terrorists, security forces launched operation. Joint operation group of police, army of CRPF. They cordoned this forest belt. Immediately after that, the terrorists opened fire on them while they were moving towards that particular spot where 2 terrorists are said to be holed up. In ensuing gun battle, 1 army officer lost his life and 1 soldier was also critically injured. He later on succumbed to his injuries. Later in the day, another captain was also critically wounded. He also succumbed to his injuries, and the person who was accompanying him, soldier, he also died on spot. 4 people have so far lost their lives. Operation is still continuing. Additional reinforcement has been called in this area. The area is properly cordoned. They're trying to ensure that these terrorists are not able to mingle with the population free from this belt, because you look at this is not a very easy terrain. It's a very difficult terrain. There's a thick foliage, there's a dense foliage, and army personnel are deployed at each and every point. They are trying to ensure that the terrorists are not able to flee from this particular spot. Pakistani terrorists are hiding in this forest belt. We have seen last time also when in Budal the terrorists were killed. He was again a Pakistani terrorist. He was carrying with him large quantities of arms and ammunition. They are trying to right now properly cordon this area. They do not want the terrorists to break this cordon free from that area, because with the light receding and darkness descending, so operation becomes a little bit more difficult. This is the time when terrorists try to break cordon and they try to flee from this area. So far they haven't succeeded, because armies, 2 cordon as well as CRPF and police personnel, they are trying to ensure that they are able to pin down these terrorists at earliest.